Let's talk about anxiety. Just a heads up, this is going to be a bit of a talky video. I actually went to go out playing golf this morning. Got dressed, as you do, golf attire. I headed down to the club and I went on the range for a little bit. I'm still trying to work on my swing and I hit some balls, some good, but a lot of bad. And afterwards, it's almost like I talked myself out of going on the course. I feel like I'm in this headspace at the minute where I know that it's not going to be great when I go out, and I think that's playing on my mind. But ultimately, I have been dealing with anxiety since as long as I can remember, since before I realised it was anxiety. And with mental health awareness so important, Mental Health Awareness Day just recently, I felt it was important to share this because there might be other people that are going through the same thing. When I was younger and I was in my first job, I was living at home, I was working at a company, a credit card company. It was in a call centre. And the job wasn't great, the job itself wasn't great, but the people I was working with were. And we had a great time. But as time went on and the company changed and people moved on, I found it more of a struggle. And to the point where I just couldn't. I was building myself up to go into work, and I was feeling physically sick, and I couldn't work out what it was. I didn't know. I didn't share it with my mum and dad. I was living at home at the time. I would just not go into work. And when work would try and call and find out how I am and what have you, I would just unplug the phone. I would just unplug my phone, or I'd turn my mobile phone off. I just didn't want to talk to anyone. I didn't really know what it was. And as I got older, I started to have just anxiety about just simple things, just going out with friends. Sometimes I'd build myself up. I just didn't want to do it. And you have this feeling in your stomach. It's hard to explain if someone doesn't have it or doesn't experience it. And with golf was a really good escape for me. This year it's been a really good thing since I've started early in the year to get my mind off things, go out, play golf. It's just been brilliant. I've loved every second of it. So it's weird for me to find that something that I've been getting so much enjoyment from, I'm now anxious about going to play. And it's not just because I'm not great at golf at the minute, because the whole point of this channel is to have a positive spin. I'm going to be bad. I'm not bothered about that. I'm not really sure why. I think because I haven't played in the past month for some reason. I'm just quite anxious about going, and I guess I'm quite an anxious person, as it turns out. And it's quite difficult, I think, to explain that to someone, because someone who's never experienced anxiety, depression, these sorts of things, it's quite hard to explain it, because the mindset is, well, just do it. It's such a simple thing. Just go do it. And I wish it was that simple. And if I knew why I felt this way or why I was struggling with certain things, then, well, I'd probably be very rich and I'd probably be able to help a lot of people. But it's not that simple. It's not golf related for me. It's just, I have anxiety related, moments across life. Money's a big thing for me. Money causes me mad anxiety. Just thinking about money causes me to feel really anxious, which happens a lot of time when you're worried about money, when you know that you need to find money, when you've got, debt, credit card bills that need to be paid, that sort of thing. That's a big inducer of anxiety for me. But golf is different, because for me, golf is a way of relaxing. And so what am I going to do about it? Well, I didn't go play golf today, which has annoyed me a little bit, more because it's cold, but it's nice. It's dry, and it would have been a nice time out there. And now some bloody storm's about to blow in, and apparently it's going to rain for a week and a half, 2 weeks. So getting out would be more tricky now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and use this time to get a couple of lessons. The club that I've just got a membership with, again, I got the membership to try and get me out going during the winter. Because this is something else that I have. I struggle in the winter. Now, I don't know if anyone else can relate to this. As it starts to get cold, wet, dark, my motivation to do anything goes off a cliff. You know, when it's sunny and it's nice and it's bright until 9, 10 o'clock, got all the motivation in the world to do whatever. Get up early, stay up, go out. And I'm sure this is the same for a lot of people, but as soon as it starts getting into the winter months, my motivation for things drops considerably. And so in the back of my mind, I thought, well, if I get this winter membership, because it's the type of person I am, I won't want to have just wasted money on it. So in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, you're going to go because you're going to have to go. And so that's what I was thinking. And so I will go. I will get past that anxiety slump. It's just a case of one day I'll just go and I'll just, fight through it. But I do want to get a couple lessons, and the club that I've just got a membership at does do lessons for, fairly inexpensive lessons actually. So I inquired about that today. So I'm going to do that, and there might not be any golf on the channel for the next, couple weeks, but there will be golf at some point. Winter golf is something that I feel like it's just something that I need to do because I want to keep going. I haven't been out to play golf, but I have been to the range now, quite regularly the last couple of weeks, kind of slowly getting back into it. And so I'm going to keep that going, get a couple lessons, just to try and... Basically, I want over the winter to be at a stage where I'm improving enough that by the time it comes to June, July next year, I'm a far more competent player and I can really enjoy the summer months of golf, if that makes sense. I don't want to stop playing for the winter and then come back in sort of April, May when the weather gets nice and be starting from scratch again. So, yeah, I think, maybe this is a bit of an overshare, but mental health's really important at the minute, and I think if at any point it helps someone that's going through the same thing, not necessarily even with golf. I mean, like I say, for me, it's not golf specific. It's just apparently the way my brain works is absolutely wild. I live stream for a living. I stream on Twitch, or it's at least part of my living. And I've done that for 7, 8 years, maybe even longer. I've been a Twitch partner for 7 or 8 years, so maybe 10 years. And I still get moments, despite doing it for so long, where I'm ready to stream and I sit there for 30, 40 minutes just because I'm anxious to press that live button. And there's no logic to it. There is no logic to it. And often when I find myself really anxious about something, whether it's meeting friends, whether it's live streaming, whether it's golf, once you've actually done it, gone out or whatever you're doing, you're often fine. Some people are anxious in big crowds or whatnot. I don't tend to get that. So once you've got over the hurdle of doing it, it's okay. But that's easier said than done. So I just wanted to give you a quick update on what's going on, and if there is anyone going through any anxiety, depression, anything like that, it's important to know that it's more common than you think. You're not on your own. And I think sometimes you can think that it's daft. Why can't you do a simple thing like just going to play something that you enjoy? Why can't you just go do that? It doesn't make sense, does it? Well, the human brain often doesn't make sense. So just know that you're not alone, and we will get back to golfing. And when we do, we'll be better, hopefully. So I hope you enjoyed this video, something very different that's normally on the channel, but I'll see you next time.